Hey guys, welcome back. George Azide here, founder of blogsetuptips.com, where you get training on how to get traffic and results from your blogging or website online marketing efforts. Now, just to be clear, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a website, WordPress website, and a blog. Now, the reason I say and a blog is because a lot of people don't know that a website can be a blog, but it not every blog is a website, but not every website is a blog. I hope that makes sense. That might have been a little confusing because a blog is content that you are creating and placing onto your website actively once a week, twice a month, so on and so forth. However often you would like to update your blog, that's what a blog is. Some people just have a website that's just a static page with their products or their service or their offer or whatever the case is, and they update maybe those items and that's it. But there's no new relevant content being pushed into the marketplace to bring people, to their website. And that's why you want to blog. Blogging is a big deal right now. It's a big, big, big deal. There are bloggers making a lot of money. I don't think the peak for what blogging can do revenue wise has been reached or even come close to it. You really have an opportunity right now blogging for your business that is costing you nothing and can bring you legitimate verified revenue. Your blogs have been proven to create income already. I'm proof of it. I know others who are proof that blogging can actually generate income for you if you learn how to do it correctly and you are consistent and you put in a little bit of work. Your website that you're planning to build for your business with a blog can do things that you never even imagined. It allows you to use other channels online that you just can't use without a blog. So that's why we show business owners and entrepreneurs and home-based businesses and basically anyone how to build their blog, build their website, and blog in a way that creates traffic, brings in leads, brings in interested prospects, interested buyers, customers, whatever the case is, people who want to spend money with you, who want to give you their credit card information and purchase whatever it is that you are an expert in. Now, that's taken me off track, but that's the power that you are about to learn to be able to do. If you don't know how to build a website right now, a WordPress blog or website right now, that means that by the end of this video, any idea that you've ever had, any thought that you thought might be a great business, any concept, product, any service, whatever that you've ever thought of and you've wanted to put out there, you will now have the ability to do that. You'll know exactly how to do it. You can do it and get started. Now, this is a WordPress site, blog setup tips. We built this in WordPress. I personally had a lot to do with the design layout of this website. It might not be what you see right now on the site if you go to the site today, but this was our first inception and it's been performing wonderfully. I don't see any reason why we would change it. WordPress really just, it's awesome. So this is just one of the sites we've designed. This is another one for a client. This one actually has video that plays on almost every single page, and this site actually ranks incredibly well. If you were to go to Google and type in this word right here, Kyani trial pack, this website would be the first site to pop up organically. And if you type in other phrases related to Kyani, they have a membership program called Kyani Prime. You type that in, it pops up first. We've done extremely well with this website. Another one, Future of MLM. This is a popular site among that community as well, that we designed all in WordPress. So the site that you get with WordPress when you first log in, this right here, is not a website. It's not a blog. It's not anything. It's not an outline. It's not something use as a basis of how to design your site, it is just, this is not good. This is not how a site converts. The best thing that I would suggest to do if you're looking for design tips for your niche or your particular business is to look at businesses in your spaces websites. So go and do a search for businesses that are just like yours in your area, or even national ones if you want to go big, or you want to you think you can compete at that level, or even not, just take some of those design ideas and implement them into your blog, which you can do easily. And WordPress is one of those things. Once you learn it, it's like riding a bike. It's super simple. The user interface is extremely sleek. It's easy to use. This version is the best one yet. Everyone gets better and better. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. What you want to do is log into your WordPress. Hopefully, just real quick, by now you should have your hosting already set up. You should have your hosting through, I don't suggest GoDaddy. GoDaddy goes down a lot for some reason. When I used them, I had a lot of outages, so I don't suggest GoDaddy. If you have GoDaddy, then this will still work. But if you have not gotten your hosting yet, I recommend using either Bluehost, or if you're a speed freak and love having lots of space, there's another hosting company called SiteGround, and I'll try to post links somewhere on this page for you to go and check out those websites and check out those packages for hosting. And once you have your hosting, you can then install WordPress, usually in one or two clicks. If you have to use one of the links down below to purchase your hosting, go ahead and do that and shoot me an email if you're having trouble installing WordPress on your hosting. I can have someone go in and do that for you. And you can just send that email to george@blogsetuptips.com. Now, once you have your hosting set up and you have your WordPress installed on your hosting, you're going to get to this screen. To log in to your WordPress, you just type in your domain wp/login and then your username and password. Click on login. A few things, two things just happen at times when you don't want them to be happening. First off, my microphone. I don't want to say it died, because that just makes me sound like I'm not prepared, but it died. It died on me. It's a battery powered mic and it works great 90% of the time, but you just have to have batteries or have it plugged in, and I can do neither right now. So no microphone, so hopefully this is okay. Hopefully I sound okay. And secondly, for some reason my server speed hasn't been super fast, so I'll try to, I don't want to skip anything, so I don't want to have cuts on this video. I want you to see everything as it's happening, but my server speed has not been the fastest. So once you get logged in, you're going to see this is your WordPress dashboard. It's something you're going to get very, very familiar with. Now, the first thing you want to do is go to Appearance and click on Themes. This is where you're going to be able to pick your actually WordPress might have started with 2017. You might have had this theme in there when you first started. This theme is pretty good. It's a theme that's similar to the advanced type of pages that are on the internet right now. So we're going to use that theme to show you. But what you're going to learn, you can do in pretty much any theme. Okay. Now, if you didn't want any of these three themes that are already pre-installed on your WordPress, just click here on Add New, and it will take you to the theme store, and you can start downloading free themes. They're free, so I don't know whether it's a store, but everything's free. So I'll just go ahead and click it for you, and you can take a look. Add themes. You're going to see all the themes populate here as soon as it decides to do that. And there's thousands of these. You can scroll through these, pick one that you like how it looks. Just know when you install it, it's not going to look like this, like the picture you see here. You're going to have to add that content in there, which is fairly easy. Now, let's get started. Let's go ahead and go over to, now we have the theme installed. What I like to do next is go down to plugins. and WordPress comes with a few plugins already installed for you. I like to delete the Hello Dolly and GoDaddy Quick Setup. So once those are deleted, you'll see there, welcome to WordPress, Akismet. And Akismet is protects your blog from spam. I would absolutely activate that and get that registered. It's super simple, takes 2 minutes. Now, what I like to do after this is go ahead and add the plugins that almost I use on every WordPress website. One of the plugins is called Jetpack. And this is it here, Jetpack powered by WordPress. Install now. This is one of the cool newer features of WordPress where that little installation arrows spin around. So I can continue searching for other plugins while this one installs itself. And there it is. It's done. Once it's installed, you want to click on Activate. And then you'll have Jetpack activated. It's in your plugins list now. Click on Jetpack, go and register that, and that's where you're going to be able to see all of your site stats. You're going to see what pages people are looking at. You're going to see how much traffic you're getting, all inside of your WordPress dashboard without getting into any of the Google Analytics or things like that. So these are basic plugins. The additional plugins are you're going to use for different features on your website. If you can think of something that you want to have done on your site, an idea, a thought that you've always had, I wish my website did this, I would bet you there's a plugin that does it. So all you have to do is, while you're designing your site and getting your ideas for how you want things to work on your website, if you have anything unique in mind, just go and search for a plugin that does that. And the way you do that is you click on Add New, and it'll take you to the plugin repository where you can now search and type in whatever search phrase that you want, and it'll see if there's a plugin that does what you're related to what you're doing. The hard part is finding a phrase if you have a really unique idea. You can't really type in screen spins 720 and then comes back. What would that be called? So that's the hard part, but there's generally a plugin for anything that you're wanting to do. So let's go ahead now and look at the settings. Here you're going to set the site title, the name of your site, and then also the tagline, if you have a tagline for your site. Just leave these two boxes, don't mess with those. You're not going to mess with pretty much anything on this page other than the site title and the tagline. And if your time zone is different than what you see, go ahead and change that. The date format, time format, week starts on, you can change that to Sunday or whichever day that you'd like. I've never seen a use for that yet. And then we're going to go to writing. Writing, everything can stay standard there. Reading. Okay, here we're going to change a few things. For now, what I recommend is this. Unless you plan on having your blog up and running within the next 48 hours, or your website up and running, functional, able to start receiving traffic, and if the traffic wants to do something like buy something from you or call you or do anything, if your website is able to receive that and actually follow through on that request within 48 hours, then leave this box right here unchecked. Don't check it. But if you know it's going to take you a week before you really start getting to work and digging in and getting this thing built and set up, it's going to take you a month if you don't even know, then best thing for you to do is to click this box that discourages search engines from indexing your site. Okay? It'll save you a ton of headache. It'll keep your spirits up because if you leave that unchecked and your site just sits there, not functional, and the Google bots, the search engine bots, the spiders that go out over the internet and surf and search for things, the search spiders, if they keep coming to your site and seeing that it's basically dead and nothing's happening, they're not going to keep coming. They're going to start saving some resources and not coming to all these dead sites that aren't happening, that nothing's happening on. And you're going to have to wait 30 days, 90 days. I don't even know how long before they're going to come back and index your page to see that, oh, there's something going on here, unless you go in and submit your site manually. So my advice is to discourage the search engines from coming to your site until it's ready, so that when you unclick this box and about a day, 24 to 48 hours goes by, the search engine bots will have come to your site, seen that it has content. There's an actual site map for your website. All that means is that there are pages that for the crawlers to index and then send back to Google. So I would click this box if you don't plan on being live in the next 48 hours. Okay, so far we've gone through and set up your title, your tagline, your site discouragement or not, it's up to you, and we've installed a plugin. So you're going to have a few extra plugins. I just know you will. You're not going to roll with 3 plugins and have your website out there like that. You're going to have a security plugin. You're going to have a few other ones. But I might put together a video for plugins as well. Now, on plugins, last thing I'll say is plugins can slow down your website. So don't go plugin crazy. Keep it light, keep it functional, and just keep it moving. You don't need to have a website that has fireworks going off. People aren't coming there to look at a fireworks show. They're not coming to your site for really anything fancy. For me, at this point, when I get to a website that is extremely fancy and extravagant and in a way just has so much going on that I don't get it, I don't know what to do, I leave. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like moving forward unless it takes me 1 click or less. If something happens automatically on the page that does everything for me, I would love it. But if I have to click, 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 and I'm searching for the new thing, how you changed it and made it different, and I'm looking for that the whole time, then no, I don't want to do that. Because usually if I buy something from a website one time, I'm going to come back to it. And if your website is complicated, I don't want to come back. So I don't want to buy anything in the first place. Keep it easy. Future of MLM, super simple. This is probably one of the most complex sites that we've created, and not in terms of complex to make, but so much happening. You got the request a free consultation. Click on that, they get phone calls. There's a pop-up that comes in that's not going to pop up now. So it's just, there's a lot more going on than, you know, our normal sites, because this is the way the client wanted it. Now, blog setup tips, we wanted to keep this real simple, make it real easy to know what to look for when you come to blog setup tips. Let us show you what you need. Okay, and blogging, real quick, last point on blogging, allows you to share value in the right place at any time. I thought about making that our tagline, but it's too long. But if you understand the power of blogging and what it can do for you, and that each blog article that you write with intention is actually a sales person, a sales page that you're putting out into the blogosphere for search engine users to stumble across. And the trick is to make sure that you're sharing value, sharing something that a person in your marketplace, a person in your industry, in your niche that's looking for what you do, someone share value, that share something that they can benefit from. You have to think from their way of looking. What problems are they having that I can solve? Start giving that solution, provide that solution. And next thing you know, I'm telling you, the world will change for you. And it's all thanks to the power of search engines. And search engines are not going anywhere. They're the great equalizer. If you go to blogsetuptips.com, the front page, and you just read this little little blurb we have right here, it really does a great job of explaining why blogging is changing media, pop culture, sports, international news, financial news. It's changing everything. So bloggers really have the ability to change the game, and I like showing bloggers how to do that in any aspect that I can. So back to WordPress. WordPress is beautiful. It's just so clean and simple. And this is, take a page out of WordPress's book. So front page display, this is a pretty important choice. And here's what this means. If you pick your latest posts, that means when someone goes to your website, right there, they're going to be taken directly to the page that displays all of your blog posts first. So the fact that that option is there should tell you the importance of having a blog in the first place. But if you don't want a blog, then you'll be taken to a static page, and you can just create that one sales page or that one intro page, that one buy page, or whatever you want on that front page, and have them see that. And that's what we did with blog setup tips. We have it set to static page, and it takes people to this static page that we created. And if they want to go to the blog, we have a link here, read blog setup tips, and you get to go to the blog. And up at the top, blog, if you click on blog there, I'll go ahead and do that. What is Kyani team is taking forever on me. Okay. Now, this is the blog on what is Kyani team. So if this setting had been set to my latest posts on here, latest posts on this page, this is the page that would have popped up first. When you click on the page and go to it, this is what would have been the intro, right? Do you get it? Are you getting it? The blog would have been the front page. The content would have been there. Now, as an entrepreneur, as a home business owner, as someone who wants to use their website to generate income, I wouldn't use the blog as the front page. If you're just a straight up blogger and really have nothing else service wise that you would like to offer, I say that because you have something else that you can offer. We all do. This is the power of blogging. It really can give a voice to those who feel they don't have a voice. You have something you can offer. But if you don't feel like you do, or you don't want to offer anything, you just really want to blog, you want to write, then yeah, set the latest posts as your front page, and right away, when people come to your website, the first thing they'll see is your writing, your content, the things that you share. That's, if you're engaging, that's better than a static front page if your content is that, immersive and that charismatic and makes people jump right in. Blog sites like TMZ, what did Tyler Durden do? What would Tyler Durden do? That's a hard one to say. Has that? There are a lot of websites on the internet that have Yahoo.com. You go there, you see a bunch of news articles on the front page. There are a lot of websites, successful websites, that have their articles right there on the front page. There's nothing wrong with doing it. The only thing is getting the focus, getting your customers to do one particular thing isn't as easy. If you don't have that, you would have to have a very clear services page, um, a good call to action inside of your writing, a lead magnet, pop up, whatever you can use to direct your reader to where you want them to go. If you want to earn revenue, is required if you do that. But if you have a clear front page that just has that, oh, I changed it. Now this is the blog for blog setup tips. So if I had this setting set to your latest post for our page, this is the page that would have popped up. So you see the difference? The blog, which is, it's clear that it gives tips to bloggers, but this front page, a static front page that we made, build the perfect website. The future belongs to the bloggers. Ready to get started? It's free. Peek inside. It's clear. It tells the person that's at the website what we want them to do, what they need to do to get the result they're looking for, if it's what they're looking for. And I try to be as clear as I could with the copy, letting people know that it's to build. We want to help you build a website. We want to help you build your blog. We want to help you make it better, and we want to let you know why. So if you're not interested in that, then there's no reason to click here. No reason other than it's really enticing. It makes you want to, I want to peek aside here, see what's in there. But if you really don't have any of those desires that are elicited by when you hear build the perfect website, if that makes you go, what are you talking about? Website? Why would I want a website? I'm out of here. Then don't click peek inside. But if you do want to build the perfect website, or you have an idea that a website would make better, let's go. So after you decide whether you would like to use your latest posts as your front page, or a static front page, which you can change at any time. At any time, you can choose how many blogs you want shown at the most, and that is, like on this page, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you see how many there are? Here you can choose. I could have set this to 5, and it would only show 5, and then it would have this next page link to go to the next 5. Okay. So pick how you want that done. We can always change it, and then we're going to go over to pages. Now, pages, just so you know the difference between a page and a post, pages are, the best way I can say it, are like these menu items up here. These are all individual pages. Blog setup tips, these are all pages. Okay? Posts are these, the blogs, the articles. See how they have dates on them? All of your blog articles will have dates. Okay? Some bloggers choose not to show the date. Now, I'm not a fan of that, mainly because if you are creating content and putting it out into the marketplace and creating value in the marketplace, then the date solidifies your authority. It solidifies that you know what you're doing. You didn't write this a year ago and it's been up for a year, or whatever the case may be, which I've seen. So leaving the date on there and making sure to hold yourself accountable and create something new, video, post it on your blog, content, post it on your blog, anything, post it on your blog, update for your business, sale, anything, post it on your blog as it gets indexed. And we literally had a page that I wrote 4 days ago that's now showing up on the first page of Google. So it doesn't take 30 days or 6 months to get to the front page of Google. If you just start doing it and leading by with content, your blog will just start showing up on the first page for relevant terms. Now, what I'm saying isn't something that's going to happen for every term under the sun, but we've done it. We've done it with a few different pages. And it's great when that happens because then your income is almost automated. And when you do it organically, not through search engine marketing, which is the paid ads on Google, the paid ads on Yahoo and Bing, the marketing, that's the SEM, not the SEO. When you do it with SEO with your blog, you you really never fall out of there. If you do it legitimately with value, at this point, there's no reason for Google to make an algorithm change that takes you out of that top ranking because you're ranking due to the value that the Google users are getting when they come to your website. So it's raising Google's stock by keeping the valuable site on the front page. So that's why you want to lead with value and make sure that when someone comes to your website, they're walking away with something that gives them an answer to the question they were looking for. Now, you'll hear some people talk about post length, how long of a post you should write, how many words. And my thing is, as long as you clearly and totally explain what you're talking about and give your opinion and the facts, then I don't care how long it is. If I read something that's one sentence and it answers every single question that I had, I love that. I'm happy. If I and Google would gladly put you on the front page if you could create a website that had one sentence that answered all the questions that those users came to your site for. If it popped up first and they clicked it and got into your site, and that one sentence answered all their questions, Google would proudly show you on the front page every single time, every time, because you're giving their users value. That's the goal. Now, it's nearly impossible to create value in a sentence or a paragraph or even two paragraphs. Look at books. Books are thousands of pages, hundreds of pages to explain a simple, concept, a simple theory. So the longer your article or your post is, odds are the better it is, but sometimes it isn't. If you're adding just fluff in there and just making sentences longer because you want to get a certain word count in there, you're hurting yourself. Try to keep it valuable. Just keep it valuable. Give the solution to the question. And moving on, adding pages to your site. Now, we're going to go ahead and this is the sample page that comes built in. We're going to go, you can delete that page actually. We're going to send that to the trash. That page is out of here. And we're going to you click on add new page. Once you get here, we're going to title this main page. Okay. And we're going to put some welcome to the main page. Glad you made it. This site will rock. Okay. We're going to leave that. We're going to publish it. Publish the main page. And as you can see here, we have our domain address. So that's the main domain address. Yours is probably www dot whatever URL that you purchased .com. And main page, see how we named it that? Oh, named it main page. It puts it there, main page with a dash. That's great for SEO purposes. Search engines love when the subject of your article or main words from the subject of your article are in the URL also. It leads to that continuity, that familiarity, and makes the search engines feel like I'm pointing them in the right direction. If the URL matches up with the subject or the headline of your article, that's great. And then also you want to sprinkle it in a few times in your content. That's real basic 101 SEO. There's a few other things you want to do, and that's where we come in. Just let us know. Now, dealing with the page, featured images, you can go in here, select a file. We make a lot of memes here, so we're gonna go with this one, balance. We're gonna set that as the featured image once it loads there. Okay, and then we're going to take a preview. This little button here lets you preview what you've changed, and you don't have to have saved it before you preview it. Okay, so I should have shown you the site before I added this page, but let's go. So this is the front. How do I have it set up? I forgot. Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, so this is set up for articles for a blog on the front page. This is not set up for a static front page. This is how the theme looks when I first install it. Okay, this is exactly how it comes, I guess you can say, out of the box. This is exactly how it looks. All right, so when you click on an actual article, I'm sorry, a page, I deleted the page, we're going to make the page, but if you click on the actual page, this is how a page would look. So this image is obviously way too big, right? Way too big for what I'm looking for. I can go in here and I can click on the image and I can edit it, and I can shrink it down to the size that I'm looking for, right? I can shrink it down to the size that I need it to be, but I don't suggest doing that. I suggest doing this. Look here. You see, this is the top, right? And this is the line between the top and this section in here. Okay? And remember, this is for when you have it set as posts. As posts, not, so hold on, let me go here. I know I'm confusing you guys right now. I'm so sorry. Let me back up really quick. Main page, we have it set for, this is a page. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little brain freeze there. Okay, so we are looking at a page, not a post, not a blog post. This is a page like your services page or about me page or whatever kind of page you want. You don't need a featured image. That's the thing. You don't need a featured image up here. You could just leave it blank and put an image inside of your content that you have here. Now, like I showed you how you can edit the size. Instead of editing the size of your picture to fit the content or fit your website, my recommendation is measure your website and then find a picture that fits how you want it to fit. So, for example, I was showing you this here. This is where the top ends, right here. And this is where the bottom ends. So this, in this space right here, let me see if I can zoom out. Okay, we're zoomed out. In this space right here, I can fit a picture any size I want. The only reason it's this long is because the picture I put in here was 800 pixels long. It's really long. That's why. If I had put in a picture that was maybe 300 or 250 pixels, it probably would have only come down to about right here. Open up a new tab. Do a search for image. Oh, I have it right there. Image, size, and then the pixel height and the pixel width. Is that right? pixel width right there, pixel height right there. Okay, so type in, you need the height 350. Now these are all height 350. Now you can also type in a descriptive word and it'll see about, of course. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to cut for a little bit. Had someone at the door, so I apologize. Now, where were we? Why are we looking at Barack Obama? What was I? Oh, image size. Okay. Like, why is Barack Obama on the screen? Okay, image size. You type in the dimensions of the image that you would like to find, and there are ways to make your own images, and that's what I recommend. I don't use any image off of Google. I make my own, and those are, I use a website called canva.com, canva.com. You can decide your dimension. It's really user friendly. Just go on to a picture website like Upsplash, UP Splash, or Pexels.com, P as in Paul, E X E L S as in Sam.com, Pexels.com, and that's a great one. You can actually type in search terms and find pictures related to what you're looking for, and then just using the free picture websites with Canva, the free digital graphic website that's very simple to use. Together, you can really make some unique, original graphics and even put your own personal branding on the picture that you see. And I'll show you how we've done that. If you look at blog setup tips, you see right there, blog setup tips. We put that logo there on the corner, and this is one of the free images that we got off of Pexels, and we have that in almost all of these. But okay, so we looked at image resizing, and I want you to know that for this theme in particular, that's what I would do. See, each theme has different dimensions, different layouts. It's really unique and customizable. So almost every website on the internet can, or WordPress website on the internet can look different, and theoretically should, because there shouldn't be ever two of the same websites that are out there. But there's enough of a variety in the store where you don't have to worry about making a website and having it look like this other guy's over there. Yours is going to look unique because it's how you want it to look. So this theme in particular right here, this is how they have it designed. So the picture has to be a certain dimension for that to look good. And then down here they have the main page. Or welcome to the main page. Glad you made it. The site will rock. I wrote that, and I'm seeing on the page that's it. I don't see any widgets. Let's go back and check here. So widgets, we're going to go to widgets. Under appearance, you just click on widgets there, and I see sidebar. And actually, let me go back to my page real quick. I gotta check and see why it looks so barren. Okay, there's no. All right, I'm not a fan of this theme anymore. We're gonna change it. See, that's the beauty of it. When you get the feeling that you're just not happy, make a change, because it's more exciting to start something new than struggle with something that you may not like anyways. And that is only when it comes to your website. All right, in life it's better to finish what you start. Things get better as they go on, generally, from what I've experienced. But online, on the internet, from my experience over the last I don't know, almost 2 decades. When you start doing something that you expect it to be what you want it to be, and you start going down the path of it's not really, uh, it's still no. Go ahead and find something that's more like what you want it to be. When you start feeling that, that pull, go ahead and step away because you're going to spend the next 2 days trying to make it work and then finally giving up on it and having to start over, frustrated, upset, angry, time wasted. So instead, I recommend go ahead and scrap it and move forward like we just did. So let's check out this theme. Okay. So this is the front page now, okay? So that's the picture that it put up there. We're going to change that. Okay. So this is not a static front page. This is the front page. Oh, why did I close? Okay, no. So pages, it's simple, very simple. Let me show you just one other thing on the pages so you don't have a question about this. Why is this so small? Let me size that back up. Okay. Toggle toolbar. That gives you some more options, okay? So if you don't see this down here, the ability to change your colors of your text, put a horizontal line on the screen, strike through text, it's because you haven't clicked this button here, horizontal toolbar. So you want to click that. And if you want to link something, just highlight it, and then you can click this button here, and then you can either type in where you want the link to go, or you can click link options, and you can pick a page from within your website. We only have 2 pages, so or pick a page or a post from within your website and link to it there. Then you can choose whether you want it to open in a new tab or not. We're going to have this one open. So this video has gone on a lot longer than I expected it to go. And when you start getting into it, and also I'm passionate about my business and I love the industry that I'm in, and I'm excited to speak and work and help anyone who's interested in learning how to use the internet to generate some revenue, to earn some income. And I used to run a company when I lived in California a few years ago, and our motto was turning computers into cash registers. And that's kind of still what we do. It's not in the same fashion. It's a little bit more intensive now, simply because the internet is not the way it used to be. But you still have that ability to literally, literally have an idea in your head, a thought of a service, a product, a concept, whatever it is. Create a website, create value around your service, your product, by sharing valuable content, and start generating revenue from thought to happening with nothing more than you. You needed nothing outside of your internet connection and your computer. Now, and blogging is so powerful, guys. It is the most effective way to be sharing value anywhere at any time. It's the only way to be doing that. If you're not blogging, you can be anywhere at any time with the internet. You can have a store, you can have products, you can have whatever, and your website can be anywhere. But if you're blogging, you're not only there, you're actually sharing value. Your website is actually providing almost its own service. It's answering questions in the marketplace with your content. And that's how I want you to see it. Now, there are other um, aspects to blogging that I would like to impart to you, that to make sure that you know exactly how to use your time online effectively. Social media is one aspect of it. We've talked about a few of the other ones, but you stayed this long through this video. I want to offer you the ability to get some one-on-one help if you decide that you need it. Now, I'm pretty busy, but I would like to try to help personally every person that watches this video and gets to this point and goes through the steps and starts creating something. So if that's you, go ahead and go over to blogsetuptips.com/blog review. All one word, blog review, one word. And enter in YouTube, and you're going to get 50% off a blog review. Now, the blog reviews that I do will tell you exactly what you're missing, what you need, and I'm going to give you 2 weeks of live telephone support. So you're going to get the recording of your blog getting reviewed, just letting you know what I'm seeing, what I think you could use to help you personally. You're going to send me an email with your request, with your link to your site, and in your email, ask me some questions. Go ahead and let me know what you're thinking. Tell me what you want to know so I can record it and send it back to you. And you'll have 2 weeks of being able to give me a call while you're sitting in front of your computer and asking me, I want to set this up. How do I do this? And I'll tell you exactly how to do it. I'll walk you through it. And if need be, I'll step in and do it for you. So that's just simply because I don't want you to give this up. I want you to keep going. You're not going to learn in an hour-long YouTube video how to blog effectively, or even how to set up your website correctly. Now, you can set it up correctly and it looks good, but you need to be able to know how to set it up so it converts, so people actually buy things from you. And that's just a lot of information that would go over 90% of people's heads on this on YouTube if I put that out there. So if you're the 10% that understands psychology and how the internet can be used to influence people's actions, then go ahead and get the blog review. I'll send you an email, respond to that email, and let's get this started for you. But if you do have any questions about what you've seen so far, or what we've done and how we've gotten to this point, go ahead and just start the video over or shoot an email to george@blogsetuptips.com. I would love to chat with you, hear about your business, help you get it started on the right foot, and show you how to begin generating some true dollars, some revenue, some cash from that website. I truly hope you enjoyed your time here listening to me go through how to set up a WordPress website from scratch and get it up and running. And I hope to hear from you very soon and see how I can help you out. There may be some insight that I've got, some trick of the trade that I've learned over the years that I might be able to impart onto you that could change the stars for you and stop you from having to go through 10 years of trial and error before you realize what works. And I'll tell you the answer to that right now. What works? Simplicity. Keep it short, keep it simple. That's what works. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I will see you on the next one.